people. What is this? A book. What kind of book? It's a dictionary. Yes, it used to be in print. I still like the print version. I like the old ones. What is it for? Well, looking up the definition of words and how to use them and how to spell them. So, makes you a good writer. Good book to have. A less common book, but which everyone should be aware of, is what is this? A thesaurus. What the heck is a thesaurus? It sounds like a dinosaur. At least that's what I always thought when I was a kid. This is a book where you, as it says on there somewhere, where you can look up synonyms. So in other words, if you're writing an essay or writing a letter to someone and you don't want to keep saying or using the same word over and over again, you look that word up in here and it'll find you other words that are very similar in meaning that you can use instead. And it kind of gives your writing a little more variety, and sometimes makes your thoughts more accurate in the written word because you found a word that was actually better than the one you were thinking of before. So again, another very handy book to have if you want to be a good writer, a good thinker, if you want to sound intelligent and actually be intelligent. That's the important thing. As Catholics, here's another book. Ah, it's heavy. Here we go. A concordance. What in the name of what is a concordance? A concordance is a book that has all the words of the Bible in it without actually being the Bible. But you use it for research purposes. It is how you find a verse if you don't know where that verse is. And for people like me that grew up never having to actually memorize verses and entire books out of the Bible, this comes really handy. In other words, I remember Jesus saying something about talent or denarii or something like that. What the heck was that? Where is that? I know it's in the gospel somewhere. So I crack out break open the Bible, start looking for it, and I'll be looking there all night. Unless I have a concordance, in which case I can look up a key word in that verse, and now I can find it everywhere it's used in the Bible. Now, this one here has a little bit of a story to it. Look at this. If I can hold it up here. I put that in there. I don't know if that shows up very well, but something like that. It says, from Jesus. Oh my gosh, the good Lord dropped this on my doorstep. Well, not exactly. Here's what happened. Way back in the day when I worked at a shop where there are lots and lots of fundamentalists, I think I've talked to them before, they decided that, I really didn't know my Bible well enough. So they gave me a Bible, one of their Bibles. Okay, oh, well, I was gracious. I took it, and, thank you very much. King James, red letter, all that kind of good stuff. The these and the thous. Very well written, but it's missing the books that make it a Catholic book, so it's not a Catholic book, unfortunately. But they were talking about something that they had found called a Strong's Exhaustive Concordance. And they'd open up this book and go, look, Dan, we can find all these verses here, and, it's so easy now. And look, the word purgatory is not in here, therefore purgatory does not exist. And it's like, oh gosh, I think you might have me there. But then I come back the next day and I say, hey, guess what? The word Trinity is not in there either. So if a word is in the Bible or not does not mean that the concept or the teaching or the doctrine or whatever is not there. It just means that that word is not in there. So that doesn't really prove anything one way or the other. But here's the thing. They decided to take up a collection amongst each other to buy me a concordance, and they thought that I should have one. So they one day at work, I come in and they hand me this little envelope. It says from Jesus on it. I open it up and there's a bunch of money in there. I go, wow, well, thank you guys. This is really nice. Yeah, I'm going to buy myself a concordance. This is very, very kind of you guys. This will help me out for dumb folks like us Catholics that don't know our Bibles from a dictionary. So I went off and I think I went to Paulus Press or someplace like that. And I bought myself a concordance, and I found a Catholic one. So, once I got in this book, I came into him and I proudly showed it off. Look, I found a concordance. They go, well, that's not the one we got. I go, no, look, it's about a third bigger than yours. Look at that. And you know why? Because it's a Catholic one. It's got all the books of the Bible and the same books of the Bible that the early church used. And no, the word purgatory is not in there either, but neither is the word Trinity. So, thank you very much for helping me buy a concordance. It cost a bit more than the money that was in that envelope, so I had to fork out a little bit of money, but I sure appreciate it. Thank you very much. And this book goes on my shelf, in your honor, in your name. And I don't think they're too happy with that. But I do recommend buying a concordance. It's a very handy book to have. All you need is one key word, and you can look it up in the concordance, and it will show you everywhere that word is used in the Bible. Now, there is a caveat to that of sorts. This one here says is for the New American Bible. So this works for the New American Bible. It doesn't work for the Revised Standard Version. It doesn't work for the Jerusalem Bible. It doesn't work for the King James Bible, especially, because that's a Protestant Bible, in case you didn't know. But a lot of times the words will be the same, and it can usually point you in the right direction anyhow, or get you close. But this one's written specifically for the New American Bible, which used to be the standard Bible that we used at the Mass and all of our liturgies and such. I don't think it is quite so standard anymore. I think there's other versions we use. But anyhow, highly recommend you acquiring your own copy of Catholic Biblical Concordance. A very handy book to have. Thank you, God bless you, and enjoy searching for things in the Bible. Take care.